The insistence of a small minority to choose to believe something that is contrary to the obvious truth and overwhelming evidence has always been something puzzling. For some, the truth is not what the authorities, science, or simple clear logic says, but what they perceive by their own belief system to be right, even when it's clearly, obviously impossible and wrong. But hey, freedom of opinion, eh? Today, we present the top 10 conspiracy theories. Some of these conspiracies have gone around for a while. Some are new, and some will shock you. Paul McCartney is dead. One of the most unusual conspiracy theories in pop culture involves a member of the Fab Four. Legend has it that Paul McCartney died in 1966 at the height of the band's fame, and the other three members of the band covered it up by hiring someone who looked and sang like him. Conspiracy theorists who subscribe to this theory point to several clues in the band's later albums to support their claims. They believe the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album is filled with clues that Paul is indeed dead. The lyrics to A Day in the Life included a line, "He blew his mind out in a car," and the recorded phrase, "Paul is dead, miss him, which becomes evident only when the song is played backward. In addition, Lennon mumbled, "I buried Paul at the end, strawberry fields forever," though he denied it, saying that there was no hidden meaning to the lyrics, and what he was really saying was cranberry sauce. A lot was made about the imagery the Beatles used after 1966. The original cover of their 1966 Yesterday and Today album featured the Beatles as they posed amid dismembered body parts and raw meat, which Time magazine interpreted as symbolizing McCartney's gruesome accident. The magazine further claimed, if fans placed a mirror in front of the Sgt. Pepper album cover, the words "Lonely Hearts" on the drum logo could be read as 1, he die, 1. What was perhaps the most famous clue for the conspiracy theorists was the Abbey Road album cover where John Lennon, dressed in white, leads a funeral procession across the street. In the back was Ringo dressed in black as a mourner, with George in jeans representing a gravedigger. Paul McCartney walks out of step with the rest of the band and barefoot. As some had it, he would have no need for shoes in the afterlife. Elvis is alive. Another conspiracy theory from music lovers who refuse to believe that the music legend Elvis Presley, whose death was announced on the 16th of August 1977, is truly dead. The latest conspiracy theory says Elvis is alive and kicking, working as a groundsman in Graceland. The Shadow posted grainy footage of a bearded man on YouTube and claimed he is an 81-year-old Elvis. The video, which had over 2.2 million views, was captioned, "He raises his two fingers to the top of his left head as a proof of life signal." In Chaldean numerology, the numerical value of V sign in numerology is 9, proof of life. He told us he is alive with the simple V sign, number 9. I'm alive. He is giving us a clue that he knows we are all there watching him, and to his most loyal fans that he is indeed with us. In spite of its critics and the disbelief by the majority of the population that call the proofs idiotic and insist that Elvis should be left to rest in peace, the belief that the king is out there looks unlikely to fade away. The CIA and AIDS. Ever since the United States first identified the HIV/AIDS virus in 1981, there have been several rumors surrounding its causes and origin. What has to be the most outlandish conspiracy theory that has gripped conspiracists is that the virus was created by the CIA to target homosexuals and African Americans on the order of President Richard Nixon. This theory quickly gained ground and was supported by a number of high-profile individuals such as the former South African President Thabo Mbeki, who once touted the theory, disputing scientific claims that the virus originated in Africa and accusing the US government of manufacturing the disease in military labs, says Time magazine. A number of other prominent scientists, such as former Nobel Peace Prize Kenyan ecologist Wangari Maathai, have also backed the theory. Evidence has surfaced that the CIA connection to the virus was created by the KGB as part of a Cold War disinformation campaign to discredit the US. With the codename Operation Infection, the USSR published letters from anonymous US official sources in scientific journals and newspapers throughout the 1980s, claiming that the virus was a CIA experiment gone wrong. This theory, which was once only prominent in the medical world, took hold as the epidemic increased and is still valid in many people's minds to this day. Despite this, most scientists and doctors agree that the virus jumped from monkeys to humans somewhere in the Congo during the 1930s. Big Pharma is withholding the cure for cancer. Big Pharma is one industry that everyone loves to hate. This is perhaps what provided fodder to the conspiracy theory that medical professionals, led by the major pharmaceutical companies, have discovered the cure for cancer but refuse to make it available to the public. To anyone who tries to shut them down, they argue that cancer treatment has generated a lot more money around the world, and the cure for cancer will negatively affect several drug companies and also put a number of researchers and doctors out of business. While Big Pharma has not yet made itself many friends among the public, there is no evidence that such a vast conspiracy is possible, as it would require the participation of thousands, if not millions of people in both for-profit and non-profit sectors. It makes more sense that selling the cure would actually make more money. But hey, screw logic, right? Prince Charles is a vampire. The best kind of conspiracy theory has some basis in fact. This is one of those. Genealogy records say that Prince Charles is a descendant of Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. First revealed in Lane Moncrieff's 1982 book, Royal Highness, the prince can trace his lineage back through his great-grandmother, Queen Mary, the consort of George V, to Vlad IV, the half-brother of the notorious ruler. The prince even made an appearance in a promotional video for the Romanian National Tourist Office, joking, "Transylvania is in my blood." Charles was offered the honorific title of Prince of Transylvania in 2017 due to his links to the region and also to promote Transylvania as a tourist destination. All of this has done nothing but provide fodder to conspiracy theorists who believe that, like the rest of the royal family, Charles is more than what he seems and has more in common with his ancestor than blood. According to Harper's Bazaar, one of the reasons why this conspiracy theory still stands is because of the disease that runs in the royal family. Porphyria is an iron deficiency disease that makes skin sensitive to sunlight. That's just too convenient, don't you think? Princess Diana was assassinated. The conspiracy surrounding the death of Princess Diana in Paris in 1997 believes that her death was not an accident, but a carefully orchestrated murder. There have been several investigations by experts and inquest, and they all conclude that the Princess of Wales was killed because of the grossly negligent driving of her chauffeur, Henry Paul, who had been drinking. This report has not stopped the conspiracists, who still believe it wasn't an accident, but a hit carried out by agents of the British state. Mohammed Al-Fayed, the former owner of Harrods, has claimed several times that the crash, which also took the life of his son Dodi, was an ordered hit because the royal family did not want the mother of the future king having a child with his son, who was a Muslim. The conspiracy theories surrounding the Holocaust have to be one of the most contentious conspiracy theories yet. In spite of overwhelming evidence of the Holocaust in movies, pictures, and first-hand accounts, there are still those who question its validity. They claim explicitly or implicitly that the Holocaust is a hoax, at best, or an exaggeration at worst, arising from the Jews to advance their interests. Some deniers agree that there were some Jewish killings, but the figures, they state, are greatly inflated. Jesus married Mary Magdalene. There are aspects of the stories of Jesus Christ that are highly contentious. One of those is the relationship with Mary Magdalene. In 1945, the Gospel of Philip was discovered, and it allegedly referred to Magdalene as Jesus's koinonos, a Greek term for companion or partner. Even though it was highly disputed by several religious scholars, that has not stopped the conspiracy theorists. Another 1,500-year-old manuscript unearthed at the British Library, which appears to reveal Jesus not only married the prostitute Mary Magdalene, but had 2 children with her. Dubbed the Lost Gospel, it also made the startling claim that the original Virgin Mary was Jesus' wife and not his mother. Moon landings. Neil Armstrong's biggest achievement has led to one of the biggest conspiracy theories in the 20th century. There are many who believe that the 1969 moon landing and all others that followed were faked by NASA and no human being has ever set foot on the moon. In spite of the surmounting evidence in the moon rocks, the man-made objects left on the moon, and other evidence, there are those who still insist that Stanley Kubrick was hired to produce the footage after his experience on 2001: A Space Odyssey. 5G causes coronavirus. The idea that 5G mobile technology is linked, however remotely, to the coronavirus outbreak has been ridiculed by the scientists, government, and broadcasters alike. A source of the conspiracy, a Daily Star article headlined "Fears 5G Wi-Fi networks could be acting as accelerator for disease," quotes an activist and philosophy lecturer at the Isle of Wight College, rather than a scientist, says fact-checking website Full Fact. The International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection, ICNIRP, had concluded a study earlier this year and confirmed that there is no evidence linking mobile networks with cancer or other illnesses. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our top 10 conspiracy theories. Which of these theories do you find the most ridiculous? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you liked this video, please click on the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for many more videos like this. Always remember, stay classy.